So I was going through your quiz and I was looking at bonus questions, and I caught that I remember doing two of them wrong. So that needs to be fixed. This is the first one, 4. I was telling you how to do probability. This would be the probability of this happening, which is not what this thing is asking. All you have to do is the numerator, so this was wrong. You are choosing 3 cats from 12, and you're going to multiply that by whatever, how many possibilities there are of choosing 2 dogs from 8. So it's just 12 choose 3 times 8 choose 2. That's all it is. Figure out what that is. Go back in there and look and see how I told you to use your calculator. That's all you do. This one, not that one, the one after it, somewhere in here I came up with the number 2400, which I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to come up with 2800. So I'm just going to redo this one in its entirety. So everything stays the same. Time 1 plus time 2 is 12, because 5 plus 7 is 12. And I know that time 1 is 5 hours, and I know that time 2 is 7 hours. The big thing is here, I add those two together and I get 12. And I've got distance is rate times time. More importantly, time is distance over rate. That's the one I'm going to use. So when I talk about time 1, it's a 1,400 mile trip, and the plane is being pushed by the wind. I don't remember what variables I used. I probably used rate plus W. I talk about time 2, still a 1,400 mile trip, but now the wind is pushing against us. All right, so we're flying into the wind, so we lose some speed because of the wind. All right, those two things, they have to add up to 12. Somewhere in this is where I messed up. Couldn't tell you where, but somewhere in that's where I messed up. So the issue here is I'm dividing by R plus W and R minus W. So I'm going to multiply everything by R plus W times R minus W. It's just a big old distributive property. The R plus W's cancel. I'll have 1,400 R minus W. Here the R plus W's, R minus W's cancel. 1,400 R minus W. And when I get to the 12, nothing cancels. So 12 times R plus W times R minus W. This will give me R squared minus W squared. Here, I'm going to have 1,400R plus 1,400R. That's 2,800R. I think this is where I wrote 2,400. And I'm going to have negative 1,400W, and one of these should be positive. That guy's positive. Plus 1,400W. They cancel each other out. So this is where I kind of was, I think I divided by 12 here, and that was the wrong thing to do, because I had 2,400. It's actually supposed to be 2,800. All right, let me shrink that up, and then we'll keep working on it. So I know that time 1 is 5. And I guess I already erased it. But 5 must equal 1,400 over my rate of speed plus the wind. All right, I'm going to kind of cross multiply here. 5R plus 5W must be 1,400. And I'm going to solve it for W. The reason I'm going to solve it for W is because then I would have an equation with nothing but R's in it. So 5W equals 1,400 minus 5R. Divide out my 5. That's going to be that W is 280 minus an R. So whenever I see W, I get to become 280 minus an R. 2,800R is 12 times r squared minus 280 minus r squared. Yes, it's going to get ugly. 2800r is, I'm going to go ahead and distribute my 12 here. 12r squared minus 12 times whatever 280 minus r all squared is. I'm going to need a little more room for that. So what I'm doing in my head is the formal method. I'm doing it partially in my head and partially in the calculator because I don't know what 280 times 280 is. I think last time I probably had 280 there last time as well. But 280 squared is 78,400. I'm going to have a negative 280 and another negative 280. That I can do in my head, minus 560r. And then I have a negative r times a negative r plus r squared. All right, so we're good here. 2800r is, it's kind of cool here, is we have 12r squared. I guess I should show you guys the distributor property. You are still new with this. Minus 940,800 plus, because we'll have 12 times 560 there, negative times negative, 6720r, and then negative 12 times r squared minus 12r squared. Now what I notice is on the right hand side that these r squareds are in balance. So I get to throw them away. All right. I'm going to go ahead and jump my negative 6720 to the other side. So 2800 minus 6720, negative 3,920r is equal to negative 940,800. So I'm going to divide this out. I'm going to give you the first answer here. If I can push buttons in a calculator, right? The aircraft is traveling 240 miles per hour. Now, they want two things. If you don't give me two things, then I'm not going to give you credit for this thing. They want the speed of the wind. Well, somewhere off the side, I've probably written an equation talking about time one being 1400 over r plus w. You know what time one is. All right, it's 5. And now you know what r is. So you can figure out the wind speed, kids. So anyways, there's the correct hints on those two that I screwed up on. Glad I caught it. Hope you watch it.